What if a new planet, 120 light-years away, could be the key to life beyond Earth? Thanks to the James Webb Space Telescope, we've just discovered a world that could support life. Imagine a planet out there with conditions that could mirror our own. Welcome to Infinity Networks, where we explore the universe's biggest discoveries and the mysteries that await us. Discover aliens. We know. James Webb Telescope launched in December 2021, known as the most powerful space telescope in human history, after reaching the second Lagrange point, obtained a very stable observation position. In addition to observing the earliest galaxies and stars in the universe, exploring the evolution of galaxies, studying black holes beyond dark matter and dark energy, there is another important task, is to search for planets with potential life. SCARF eyes are equipped with a near-infrared spectrometer. We can analyze the atmospheres of exoplanets. When it reaches the front of its star, its atmosphere will be illuminated by the star, produce spectral changes, and each one of those spectra corresponds to a different wavelength. Analyze these wavelengths. The atmospheric composition of this type can be determined. Surface temperature and the chemical composition of celestial bodies. This is a very ideal. The search for alien life. We know the atmospheric composition of a planet and the birth of life have a close relationship. On September 11, 2023, SCARF telescope, aimed at the distance from the Earth, 120 light-years away, is called K-18b exoplanet. Found its atmosphere rich in carbon-based molecules, including methane and carbon dioxide. There is another important substance, dimethyl sulfide, on Earth. Methane and carbon dioxide, most of it is emitted by organisms. Dimethyl sulfide is completely excreted by organisms. So this shows K-18b is a highly once life-bearing planet. In addition, Webb also discovered K-18b in the atmosphere. There is water vapor and hydroxide, and combined with the surface temperature judgment, this planet should have a liquid ocean covering the surface. By atmospheric composition, temperature, liquid water, these three key factors, K-18b is so far the most likely existence discovered by humans, the stars outside the play of life. This is a significant discovery. Then K-18b, if there is life, what would his life form look like? James Webb Telescope. What else do we find? Today we will talk about K-18b. And in the future, humans may find extraterrestrials' way of life. K-18b is a star orbiting its parent star, K-18 orbiting extrasolar planets. It is about 124 light-years away from Earth. This planet, the earliest, was in 2015, already discovered by Kepler Space Bay. This planet, because it is in the habitable zone of its star. This shows that it has indicative temperatures and potentially liquid water. It's 8 times the mass of the Earth. Therefore, it is classified as a super-Earth. Then he was listed as a key observation object. By 2019, scientists studied data from Kepler, Spitze and Haber, these 3 space telescopes, observations of the K-18b, reached a conclusion. That is, his atmosphere contains a lot of water vapor. This shows that there is a liquid ocean on the surface of the planet. With the right temperature, liquid water, the next step is to determine its atmospheric composition. Only at that time, due to limitations in observation technology and equipment, unable to obtain more accurate data. So in 2021, after James Webb has taken off, after 2 years of debugging, finally turned the camera on the K-18b in September 2023. He used something called the zero-day method. This is a commonly used methods of exoplanet detection. The basic principle is, observe planets, changes that occur when passing the face of a star, right on K-18b, to the front of its parent star. The atmosphere is illuminated by the starlight of the star. They come in different wavelengths. This makes James SCARF captured atmospheric composition data. Through analysis, the atmosphere of K-18b is abundant in hydrogen gas, potassium alkane carbon dioxide, and confirmed the presence of water vapor, of which hydrogen, the minimum amount of gas, is about 1 millionth of its mass. These data and the composition of the Earth's atmosphere, very similar, that's pretty much settled. there's an ocean of liquid, and the area may reach more than 50% of the surface area. Why methane and carbon dioxide? That's potential life. Because both of these substances are potential biomarkers on Earth. Methane can be produced by microorganisms produced in an oxygen-free environment, and carbon dioxide, it's the respiration of life on Earth, and the result of photosynthesis. Heat in the Earth's carbon cycle play an important role. The presence of carbon dioxide helps maintain a warm climate, favorable for the existence of liquid water, and liquid water is an important biosolvent, and thereby support the possibility of life. In addition, James Webb is still in the atmosphere of the K-18b. An important substance was detected. That's the dimethyl fibroid mystery on Earth. This substance, almost exclusively through specific life activities, the vast majority by plankton in the ocean and algae produce. It's a product of marine metabolism. We smelled something on the ocean, a slightly fishy smell. It's caused by dimethyl fibroids. This suggests that K-18b is highly likely to harbor life, and most likely marine life. The mass of K-18b is about 8 times that of Earth. The radius is approximately 2.6 times that of the Earth. According to the gravity calculation formula, it can be calculated. Surface gravity of K-18b, that's about 2.2 times the size of the Earth. So if you're on the K-18 arm, you would weigh more than twice as much as you do on Earth. This requires a special spacesuit, like an exoskeleton-powered spacesuit. You have to be in a low-gravity room to fight this gravity. Overall, if not for long-term residents, short-term study tour, it's no problem. The K-18b is only 0.1 for astronomical units from its star, much closer than the distance from the Earth to the Sun. If the Earth were at this distance, it was already scorched by the Sun. Fortunately, the star at K-18b is a red dwarf. Infrared stars are smaller in mass and size than the Sun. The surface temperature is also relatively low. So even though K-18b is this close to the star, he's still in the migration zone. It also maintains an atmosphere and liquid water. On its surface, the stars you see will also be less bright. Plus the atmosphere. There may be a sense of the sunset on Earth. But exploring here requires extreme caution. Because of the land life here, vision will be terribly good. If you land in the equatorial region of K-18b, that's where the light is strongest. You might see a strange plant. Light green ocean. Gray sky, such a landscape. Daytime temperature is about 25 to 47 degrees Celsius. Temperatures drop to minus 70 degrees Celsius at night. But this methane-rich atmosphere is impossible for humans to breathe. Radiation will also be much stronger than on Earth. Protection must be taken at all times. There may well be life in the ocean here. But what will they be like? Thanks to the K-18 arm, possibly large areas of liquid ocean, life forms should be aquatic. Depends on how long life has evolved. These creatures, possibly similar to microbes on Earth, plankton, or more complex marine life. But the gravity here is more than twice that of Earth. This means that life evolves adaptive features, such as stronger bone structure, more densely organized cells. In the absence of sunlight, the microbes of the K-18 arm may rely on chemical energy for metabolism, similar to Earth's deep-sea volcanoes. Life forms near hot nocturnal vents. These creatures, it can withstand extreme temperatures and pressures, will be transparent, glowing soft organisms. If the K-18 arm is stable long enough, environment, more complex marine life may evolve. Due to high gravity, the pressure on the ocean floor will be greater than on Earth. These creatures have thick shells, strong muscle tissue, and ugly appearance to cope with the challenges of gravity, and there's no sunlight at all. They also have light organs. Anyway, they will match what they see on Earth. Any marine creature are very different. If you wear a special wetsuit, you can also swim in the ocean of K-18b. Just be careful with these aggressive creatures. And on land, due to the lack of ocean buoyancy, gravity offsets. This means that land creatures may develop stronger, more compact bones or exoskeletons to support weight. Organisms may appear more stocky. To reduce the stress of gravity on body structures, it may also give rise to more stable limbs. It resembles a large spider. Although the K-18b has been confirmed, the atmosphere contains water vapor, but that doesn't mean their atmosphere contains a lot of oxygen. Water vapor only indicates that there is a liquid ocean here, so these are all terrestrial creatures, may have evolved a different way of metabolizing. Harness other chemical energy for respiration. There's methane in the atmosphere. They produce energy through complex chemical reactions, rather than relying on oxygen. We often hear that the three elements of life are sunlight, air and water, and by sunlight we mean energy, to drive the basic functions of living organisms, such as photosynthesis, chemical synthesis and other biochemical processes. Energy doesn't have to be sunlight. It could be geothermal or cold, and air refers to the ring that can be exchanged. The air here doesn't have to be oxygen. It could be methane, hydrogen or ammonia. Life could use these gases as an energy source or metabolize, and liquid water is a solvent, can dissolve, and the chemicals that we need to transport our biology. It is crucial to promote chemical reactions, and water exists as a liquid. It means that the temperature here is suitable. Not extreme heat nor extreme low temperature. This provided the conditions for the evolution of life. Although extreme environments cannot be ruled out, life can be born, or there are more exaggerated return dates or inflated life, but the probability is too small after all. What we know is that a charcoal machine like the Earth can be born in the universe. Life then, looking for extraterrestrial life by the standards of life on Earth, is the most reasonable. All other forms are imagination. It's not practical. In the huge investment in space exploration activities, this is also a methodology that must be considered. Why is that? Humans want to carry out aliens with super-Earths at their core. Life exploration engineering. Same. The plants here will also be very different from those on Earth. Because the parent star of K-18b is a red dwarf, the spectrum is dominated by infrared and long wavelength light. Plants may purify photosynthetic mechanism capable of absorbing infrared light. Why are plants green on Earth? Because of chlorophyll in Earth plants absorbs red and blue light, but it absorbs less green light. This way, the green light is reflected back to the person's eyes, so the plants we see are green. And the plant of K-18b may absorb infrared light from red dwarfs, even the energy in methane. Therefore, it takes on a non-green color, like purple, red or black. And there's not enough light. Plants have also evolved light-emitting mechanisms to attract. Life comes to night. It is possible that this is realia. It's like an avatar. And then there's this. Is it possible that K-18b could evolve into something more advanced? So let's start with this. Methane has been detected in the atmosphere of K-18b. The presence of carbon dioxide and water vapor. These ingredients. It may support more complex chemical reactions. Aliens may have evolved metabolism with methane as the main energy source. And if you want to support the evolution of higher organisms, the K-18b also requires a complex ecosystem. These include primary producers produce rings that can be exchanged. Consumers come to consume this ring. We have decomposers to deal with these metabolites. It's a system of higher organisms, the foundation of existence. High gravity of K-18b makes higher creatures smaller, muscular, stronger bone structure. Aliens may have thick shells or a robust exoskeleton, similar to insects or crustaceans on Earth. Due to different atmospheric compositions and lighting conditions, higher organisms may have evolved special organs, such as the visual system that is sensitive to infrared light, or communicate through chemical signals, rather than sound or light signals. Infrared stars give off intense stellar stains, with a huge amount of radiation, threat to life. Higher organisms may need to evolve powerful radiation protection mechanism, but evolution can be very diverse. In a high school environment like K-18b, biological evolution, completely different adaptive characteristics may emerge. For example, walking adapts to gravity, rather than an evolutionary line against gravity. Then the K-18b alien might be small, has soft limbs and smooth skin, and hairless all over the body. Small size can reduce the stress of gravity on the body. Soft limbs can reduce resistance to motion in high gravity, and smooth skin It can reduce friction and energy consumption during exercise. The light on the 18 arm of the K2 bar is very weak, so there's no need to cleanse the hair. This is what we imagined. Classic aliens are very similar. So far, near-infrared spectrometer using telescope to analyze the atmospheres of exoplanets in search of alien life is a very good way. We know any civilization in the process of development will use the resources of the parent planet, these fossil fuels. It is the only way to a first-level civilization. So civilization is developing. Inevitable emission of chemicals into the atmosphere, such as tumors on Earth, nitrogen oxides, organic compound. There are also some toxic substances such as lead and mercury, polycyclic square, etc. in the atmosphere of a super-Earth. Find these substances. It's this alien pollution. Then it can be determined that this planet is famous for its existence. If you could find a substance called chlorphenctine, this is what we usually call foliang. This substance cannot be produced by nature. It can only be artificially synthesized in industrial processes. So if extraterrestrial civilizations have also experienced this stage of industrial civilization, then there is a high probability that they will emit this gas. And this material, even after the extinction of civilization, they can survive for quite a long time. So the James Webb Telescope. There will be more significant discoveries in the future. The human radio has been invented for over 100 years. In a vacuum, the speed of radio waves is equivalent to the speed of light. So human radio waves, it has spread out more than 100 light years. If there is an alien civilization on the arm of the K2 bar 18, it's more technologically advanced than the Earth. Then they may have noticed or received radio waves from the Earth. In other words, they may have discovered the Earth long ago, past the detection of oxygen in the Earth's atmosphere, to infer the existence of life on Earth, or they might have already arrived on Earth. Currently among the more than 2,000 super-Earths discovered, K2 bar 18 arm is observed down, the planet most likely to host life, according to conservative estimates, in the observable universe, located in. The number of super-Earths in the habitable zone could be as high as 10 to 22 power. That's 10 followed by 22 zeros. It's an astronomical number. From a probabilistic perspective, these vast numbers of planets evolve a second life form like Earth. It is certain, possible alien life. The number of advanced civilizations is far beyond our imagination. Humans' current observation methods are still too rudimentary. The observation range is too small. Maybe we're in a giant ocean. Just explored the scope of a drop of water. But despite the difficulties, we will continue the search for alien life, not just based on human curiosity. There is another. Humans want greater things. The great desire to make connections, even within this drop of water. Even if what we found was a tiny microbe, the implications are also huge. That solves one of humanity's ultimate problems. We are not alone in this universe. Okay, this snack kid, thank you for your attention. What you want, see you next time in peace.